Alright guys, good evening, good evening. So, I have a breaking episode here. It's only going to be about 10 minutes long or so, but I had to get it out there. I had to get this information to you guys. So, prepare yourselves and lock in for a controversial episode. That's all I have to say. So, everyone knows that today, the big news was al-Baghdadi was taken down by U.S. Special Forces. Technically, he blew himself up, but it's either neither here nor there. He was taken down. He's the leader of ISIS, and this is what everyone's been talking about. But I'm going to be showing you guys, that's not going to be the main gist of this episode, but I'm going to be showing you some controversial content of where ISIS really originated from and some of the players and the deep state actors that were involved with this. So just to start off, everyone was going crazy. Trump tweeted this out last night saying something very big has just happened, and everyone's freaking out, right? Me included. I was thinking maybe FISA D-class is coming. Maybe some arrests were made for the Spygate. No one knew. We were only told that as of 9 a.m. This morning, we were going to get a press conference from Trump himself as to what happened. And this is what we were told, that they took the ISIS leader down. So President Trump announcing the death of ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi described him as dying in a vicious and violent way as a coward, running and crying. I love this man. He died like a dog, he died like a coward, Trump said in a speech to the nation Sunday morning. The ISIS leader's death came in a successful U.S. military operation in northwest Syria Saturday night that took roughly 2 hours. The Islamic State leader detonated an explosive vest as U.S. Special Operations Forces stormed his compound in the Idlib province. Trump said he died whimpering at the back of a dead-end tunnel. He also said the U.S. had al-Baghdadi under surveillance for weeks. And the best part about this, guys, is Trump didn't waste time pulling the trigger. He knew the location at least a few weeks in advance and this operation was going down. And the best part about it, he didn't even tell the Dems. Nancy Pelosi had no idea, Schiff had no idea, and they've been all they've been doing is complaining since this morning, since this news broke. And it's funny because they want to have these closed-door meetings with whistleblowers to keep the Dems and the public eye out of view of all of it. But you know what? Trump took care of business and took him down. But again, this is not the crux of what I want to show you guys. What I want to show you guys here, again, is controversial, so hang in there with me. This article, let's see here, it was made in September 14th, 2017. This is some information from Edward Snowden, and before everyone freaks out, I know Snowden's a traitor, and he's a piece of garbage. But in this case, this information that he was giving out seems to be legitimate, and I want to see what you guys think about it. So here we go. ISIS is a U.S.-Israeli creation. Indication 1. ISIS for knowledge via leaked DIA doc. The Defense Intelligence Agency is one of 16 U.S. military intelligence agencies. According to a leaked document obtained by Judicial Watch, the DIA wrote on August 12, 2012 that there is the possibility of establishing a declared or undeclared Salafist principality in eastern Syria. And this is exactly what the supporting powers of the opposition want. In order to isolate the Syrian regime, this was written before ISIS came onto the world stage. Clearly, ISIS was no random uprising, but rather a carefully groomed and orchestrated, controlled opposition group. You can see here, guys, they wanted to, again, isolate Syria, so they needed to make some opposition. They needed to create a war with a new terrorist group besides Al-Qaeda. So what do you do to create a terrorist group, an uprising? This wasn't a natural random group that somehow got power. You guys are going to see this. The supporting powers of the opposition referred to are Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and the GCC nations such as Qatar, who are in turn being supported by the US, UK, Israeli axis in their struggle to overthrow Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. As I outlined in this article, Syrian ground war about to begin. World War III inches closer. The U.S. is backing the Sunni nations while Russia, China, and Iran are backing the Shia nations. So there is the definite potential for this to erupt into World War III. And below are screenshots of the actual DIA document. And it's here right here, guys. If the situation unravels, there is the possibility of establishing a declared or undeclared Salafist principality in eastern Syria, and this is exactly what the supporting powers of the opposition want in order to isolate the Syrian regime. And what does the deep state want almost more than anything is more wars, more distractions, so they can keep doing what they've been doing for centuries to rule our planet. Create a terrorist group, say they are a threat, and we're going to war with them. And not only that, it could start a world war because certain groups, certain countries are backing different sects of what is it the of the Muslim religion? That's what we're talking about here. But what if I had told you that U.S. and Israel created ISIS? This is going to be controversial, but this is what we're going to. Let's take a look. U.S. Senator John McCain visited the Free Syrian Army, and in the circle that McCain is in, the ISIS leader Baghdadi is also in the same circle. There's McCain, and there's Baghdadi right here, and not only that, here's McCain again, and Baghdadi is right there. What were they meeting about? This is CIA all over it, guys. This is another CIA operative right here. This is my opinion. ISIS is a U.S.-Israeli creation. Indication 2. ISIS leader Baghdadi is a Mossad agent. Mossad agent is part of Israeli intelligence. Although this indication is hard to confirm, there are reports apparently originating from Edward Snowden that the leader of ISIS was actually an Israeli Mossad agent by the name of Simon Elliot or Elliot Shimon. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, so-called caliph, the head of ISIL, Islamic State in Iraq and the Levant, is, according to sources, reputed to originate from Edward Snowden, an actor named Elliot Shimon, a Mossad-trained operative. Simon Elliot, aka al-Baghdadi, was born of two Jewish parents and is a Mossad agent. And we all know how ISIS feels about Jewish people. We offer below 3 translations that want to assert that the Caliph al-Baghdadi is a full Mossad agent and that he was born Jewish father and mother. The real name of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is Simon Elliot. The so-called Elliot was recruited by the Israeli Mossad and was trained in espionage and psychological warfare against Arab and Islamic societies. This information was attributed to Edward Snowden and published by newspapers and other websites. The head of the Islamic State, al-Baghdadi, has cooperated with the U.S. Secret Service, British, and Israel to create an organization capable of attracting terrorist extremists from around the world. So you have joint military from U.S., Israel, and British that are training these soldiers to create this group, and it's going to slowly begin an uprising, and they're going to go after the other surrounding countries. Another source corroborates the statement, the site Edgy Press. With photo support, an Iranian media discovers the true identity of the Amar Dash, the trained Zionist agent. Iranian intelligence discovered the true and full identity of Amar Dash, which is known under the name Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. His real name is Elliot Shimon. Its role in Mossad secret agent in the Zionist espionage, his false name. I'm not going to go through all that. You know how I'm pronouncing words. The plan. Get into the military and civilian heart of the countries that are declared as a threat to Israel in order to destroy, to facilitate thereafter the takeover by the Zionist state on the entire area of the Middle East in order to establish a greater Israel. And guys, since I started this channel, I have never felt good about Israel. I know they've been an ally of the United States since the beginning, but I have never felt good about Israel. And would it surprise you? Israel has been a constant war with Palestine, Iran. Would it really surprise you that the deep state actors in CIA teaming up with Israel to formulate this plot to create this group to give United States and Israel excuses to go after these countries and just wipe them out, and then Israel can just roll in and take over more territory and expand their country? This is what we're talking about, guys. These are the stories that no one's going to touch. The mainstream media won't touch this. But what do you guys think when you see pictures of McCain and Baghdadi here? What is that? This is CIA, guys. This is what this is. And just some tidbits here. He was recruited by Mossad, trained in espionage, psychological warfare. And John McCain, and the leader of ISIS, who is Simon Elliot. Again, his name had a whoops moment with his picture. Simon Elliot, the leader of ISIS, has been photographed with Mossad agent John McCain. ISIS is run by Simon Elliot, and he was trained by Americans and Israelis, and is led by Israelis. And it says right here, the role of ISIS is to kill Muslims and weaken all of Israel's enemies. So that's the main crux, guys. This is all I have. I wanted to get this out there, though, because this is what everyone's talking about. But don't confuse people when they say John McCain was a patriot. He was a traitor. The man was a traitor. Absolute traitor. He was part of the deep state, CIA. He was part of all that. And he was setting up, he had meetings with the leader of ISIS before they became what they were. What do you guys think? I would love to know. So that's going to wrap this up, guys. Subscribe, like, share this content. Get it out to your friends and family. I want to hear what you guys have thoughts on this. I really do. So stay safe. Keep your eyes and ears open as always. And until then, guys, stay woke.